morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. So today we're going to be talking about James Whistler, an American painter. James Abbott McNeill Whistler was the oldest son of engineer George Washington Whistler and Anna McNeill. As a child, Whistler was temperamental and prone to mood swings, but his parents quickly discovered that drawing soothed him, so they encouraged his artistic inclinations. Born in Massachusetts, James moved with his family to St. Petersburg, Russia in 1842, when Whistler's father was recruited by Tsar Nicholas to design a railroad. At 11 years old, Whistler enrolled in the Imperial Academy of Fine Arts. He eventually returned to America and attended West Point for a period of time, but he failed out, so he decided to head to Europe, specifically Paris, for formal training and inspiration at the École des Beaux-Arts. Removed from his family's religious ties, he quickly adopted the bohemian artist lifestyle, and he met painters Henri Fantin-Latour, Gustave Courbet, Edouard Manet, and poet Charles Baudelaire. Whistler eventually settled in London, but continued to travel and exhibit throughout Europe. Not only is Arrangement in Gray and Black #1, known more popularly as Whistler's Mother, one of the artist's best-known work, it's also one of the art world's most iconic works. Painted in London in 1871, the work was considered radical at the time for its creation, for its unsentimental portrayal of the artist's mother, Anna McNeill Whistler. Whistler, however, insisted that the identity of the sitter was secondary to the painting's aesthetic arrangement of shape and color. And we can see with this painting his influence of realism, and this piece is currently located at the Musée d'Orsay. In 1891, this painting became the first American work to be purchased by the French government. So this really elevated Whistler's reputation and aided him in securing wealthy American patrons. This painting inspired a 1934 US postage stamp and has also been spoofed in pop culture, from The Simpsons to a 1987 Nike advertisement. Nocturne Blue and Silver Chelsea is the very first of Whistler's nocturnes, a term the artist adopted to de-emphasize a painting's narrative and give prominence to its arrangement of form, line, and color. The painting is a scene of Chelsea, London, from across the Thames at Battersea. Whistler's appreciation for Japanese art is clear in the painting's uncomplicated composition, sparing use of color, and the use of his trademark butterfly signature at the bottom center. His signature for his paintings took the shape of a stylized butterfly with an added long stinger for the tail. And the symbol combined both aspects of his personality. His art, marked by a subtle, delicateness, while his public persona was a little more combative. One of Whistler's first major works, Symphony in White #1, The White Girl, was amongst the works famously rejected by the Paris Salon in 1863 and exhibited at the Salon des Refusés, a show which attracted considerable controversy and saw Whistler's artwork both mocked by the public, yet admired by his French peers, including Manet and Baudelaire. Featuring the artist's long-term mistress, Joanna Heffernan, as model, the painting was originally titled just The White Girl, but it received its current name when art critic Paul Mantz called it a symphony in white, and musical allegories were used throughout Whistler's career. So now we've looked at an arrangement, a nocturne, a symphony, and now a harmony. This is Harmony in Blue and Silver, Trouville, and the painting pays tribute to Courbet, who deeply influenced Whistler's early artistic development. And yet this also signals Whistler's movement away from Courbet's realism towards aestheticism. This piece has no clear meaning or moral message, instead focusing on experimentation with color tones and methods of applying paint to the canvas surface. This notion that color harmonies, mood, and beauty of form are more important than the subject matter itself was really at the heart of art for art's sake, which was the kind of slogan of the aesthetics movement. The last of Whistler's nocturnes, Nocturne in Black and Gold, The Falling Rocket, presents an explosion of fireworks in the night sky. Rather than offering a concrete image, The artist conveys the effects of fireworks over the river. And so in doing so, he successfully captures a sense of excitement and celebration. Painted loosely with these sweeping brushstrokes of dark blues and greens, interrupted by small bursts of color, the painting really focuses on the mood rather than the narrative. A wealthy British patron of Whistler, Frederick Richards Leland, commissioned the painter to decorate the dining room of his London home. I really wish my dining room looked like this. It's beautiful. So Leland had originally hired architect Thomas Jekyll to design it to showcase his collection of Chinese porcelain. So the resulting Harmony in Blue and Gold, the Peacock Room, famously led to the end of Whistler and Leland's relationship when Whistler apparently took his artistic license a little too far and painted over costly antique Dutch leather with his designs. Whistler's Japanese-inspired interior is today installed at the Smithsonian Institution's Freer Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. Originally placed above the fireplace of Whistler's painted dining room, the Princess from the Land of Porcelain today hangs in that reconstructed Peacock Room in D.C. Featuring Christine Spartali, a noted Anglo-Greek beauty of the 1860s. The painting's composition is a testament to the influence both of Japanese art and chinoiserie, an 18th century European interpretation of Eastern art found in Whistler's works. This picture was exhibited at the Royal Academy in 1865 as The Little White Girl. It shows a young woman dressed in white, leaning against a mantelpiece and gazing dreamily into a mirror. The reflected image is sad and careworn, and we're tempted to draw some kind of link with the wedding ring that's so prominently displayed on her left hand. Whistler may also have intended to evoke Diego Velázquez's Rockabye Venus, where the reflection of the woman's face is similarly at odds with her own idealized image. And finally, we'll end on the fifth in Whistler's Nocturne series, Nocturne Blue and Gold, Old Battersea Bridge. A pier of Battersea Bridge looms in the foreground of the painting with the Chelsea Old Church and the newly built Albert Bridge visible in the distance. Beyond the bridge, fireworks appear as flecks of color in the sky. To create these paintings, Whistler traveled by boat along the river in the early evening, sketching as he went. And he relied on his memory and those rough sketches to create these thinly painted, atmospheric scenes of quiet tranquility. Whistler developed his own unique style by taking inspiration from many different artists over many different time periods, like Greek statues, Velázquez, Rembrandt, just to name a few. He was internationally recognized during his lifetime, and his work has been exhibited all over the world. And he staunchly defended his work in a manner that would inspire later generations of artists to challenge art authorities. Hope you enjoyed learning about James Whistler. Thank you.